Chapter 12. The Lingering Field. Ghosts, spirits, and the energetics of what remains. Not all who die depart, not all who live are fully here. Saying from the Tibetan Book of the Dead. We are taught to think of death as final, a doorway sealed, a chapter closed. But the energetic world whispers a stranger truth. Sometimes the dead do not leave. Sometimes they remain, hovering, echoing, reaching. They are called by many names: ghosts, spirits, ancestors, wanderers, shadows, guides. Some are benign, some are hungry, some simply lost. But what are they really? This chapter is not about superstition. It is about resonance, about consciousness that lingers, about energy that imprints, loops, and echoes across space and time. In the same way that scent clings to a sweater or a mood haunts a house, spirit, unanchored from body, can become ambient, present, persistent. We do not study ghosts to entertain fear. We study them to understand the unfinished dance between form and formlessness. Not all ghosts are conscious. Some are residue, energetic recordings left by trauma, passion, or deep emotional imprint. A murder, a birth, a vow, a betrayal. These moments ripple outward like sound in a cathedral. They create atmospheric memory. In the language of theosophy and parapsychology, these are often referred to as etheric shells, emotionally charged fragments of memory, looping like holograms without awareness. They are not souls, but shadows. Not spirits, but impressions left in the biofield of a place. Old castles, hospitals, battlegrounds, these don't attract ghosts. They emit them. Energy does not vanish. It coheres, and unresolved experience becomes static in the field. Other times, the presence is sentient, a will, a watcher. These spirits retain identity, at least partially. They may be earthbound souls, unable to move on due to attachment, fear, guilt, or simply confusion at the moment of death. In Tibetan Buddhism, the Bardo state describes this exact phase, a liminal zone where consciousness seeks orientation between lifetimes. Sometimes the spirit lingers out of love, or duty, or a need to be heard. Mediums describe these encounters not as spooky, but as emotional. The dead, they say, often just want to speak, to finish what was unfinished, to be witnessed. In indigenous cultures, this is nothing strange. The ancestors are always near. Communication is not paranormal. It is part of the natural ecology of spirit. In voodoo and Santeria, spirits of the dead may become elevated, evolving into guides or guardians. In Celtic lore, the Shia are not the dead exactly, but a parallel spirit race, sometimes ancestral, sometimes elemental, sometimes neither. Spirit, then, is not one thing. It is a spectrum, and the boundary between living and dead is less rigid than we've been told. Why do some spirits disturb while others guide? From an energetic perspective, the answer lies in coherence. A spirit aligned with truth, love, or wisdom will resonate calmly. Their presence may feel like sudden warmth, insight, or emotion, but a spirit in confusion or a residue charged by trauma creates interference. Anxiety, nightmares, physical unease, technology disruption. These are not superstitions. They are field effects. Some hauntings are not external. They are inner fields, memories unprocessed, grief unspoken, ancestral trauma unhealed. The house is not haunted, you are, but the same tools apply: intention, alignment, and love. Just as sage or prayer can clear space, coherence clears resonance. The best protection against dissonant spirits is not armor, but presence. Modern life creates strange phenomena. People report electronic devices acting oddly during spirit encounters. Phones ringing with no caller. Static bursts in old radios. Lights flickering at specific moments. Why? Because spirit is frequency, and so is technology. Both operate within electromagnetic fields. When a spirit passes close to a power source, its energy may modulate or disrupt that current. EVP, electronic voice phenomenon, and spirit photography are modern versions of mirror work or crystal scrying. They are not absurdities. They are new mediums for old contact. If consciousness is not confined to the brain, then it may very well interface with machine, the way it interfaces with water, stone, or dream. Some spirits do not merely linger, they attach. Shamanic traditions speak of soul loss and spirit intrusion. Western psychiatry calls them dissociation, but energy workers describe them as literal fragments of others, lodged in the aura. This is not demonic possession in the cinematic sense. It is more subtle, a persistent voice, a strange compulsion, a mood that is not yours. In many cultures, this is treated with care, not fear, with ritual, not rejection. The ethical key is this: spirits must be treated with boundaries and compassion. Not all spirits mean harm, but not all are meant to stay. The same boundaries we apply in human relationships apply here. If a presence drains, dominates, or manipulates, it must be released. Energy hygiene is as vital as physical hygiene. Prayer, salt, water, sound, breath. These are not superstitions. They are ritualized coherence, tools to recalibrate the field. Mediumship is not a gift for a few. It is a latent sense in many. Children speak to imaginary friends. Animals sense presences. Dreamers receive visits. To be a medium is not to see ghosts. It is to tune your field, like a radio picking up signals others miss. In ancient societies, the medium was the weaver of soul currents, bringing messages from the unseen, protecting the village from imbalance, helping the dead complete their passage. They were respected, not feared. Today, many such people walk unrecognized, sensitive, overwhelmed, misunderstood. Perhaps they do not need suppression but initiation, not silence but skill. Your body is an antenna, your breath a dial, your awareness the compass. If you sense something, do not panic. Listen, discern, align, act. The spirit realm is not elsewhere. It is interwoven. Just as sunlight contains frequencies we cannot see, reality contains spirits we cannot measure but we still feel. Ghosts, then, are not anomalies. They are echoes, imprints, warnings, guides. They reveal the porousness of matter, the memory of places, the nonlinearity of soul. They remind us that energy remembers, that the veil is porous, that healing is transdimensional, that consciousness never truly ends. To understand ghosts is to understand your own becoming, the space you will one day inhabit, the field you already influence. Death is not the end. It is a redistribution of energy. And sometimes it lingers.